The objective of this lesson is to generalize methods for converting units. This lesson reinforces skills from a previous lesson and converting measurements within the metric system introduced in 4th grade. What does it mean to convert units? As we learned in 4th grade, converting units is changing one unit to another without changing the size. For example, 42 inches can be converted to 3 feet 6 inches. It is still the same size, but is recorded differently. It is often helpful to represent conversions in a table format. If we were converting feet to inches, we know that there are 12 inches in a foot. What operations work well when converting a larger unit to a smaller unit? In the last lesson, we used repeated addition or multiplication. If 1 foot is 12 inches, then 2 feet would be 2 times 12 or 24 inches. 3 feet would be 3 times 12 or 36 inches. Having the measurements listed in a table makes it easy to see and continue the pattern of multiplying by 12. What about converting units using the metric system? How is this table different from the one we just completed? The smaller unit is given rather than the larger unit. What is the relationship between centimeters and meters? There are 100 centimeters to every meter. Conversions in the metric system are much easier as they work with powers of 10. We learned that converting from a smaller unit to a larger unit, we divide. When using the metric system and dividing by powers of 10, digits are shifted to the right. When multiplying by powers of 10, digits are shifted to the left. Since we are dividing by 100, we take 30 centimeters and shift the digits 2 places to the right. So, 30 centimeters is equal to 3/10 of a meter. How about 40 centimeters? Shifting the digits 2 places to the right, 40 centimeters equals 4/10 of a meter. Let's skip to 600 centimeters. How many meters is 600 centimeters? If we follow the pattern of dividing by 100, we shift the digits 2 places to the right, so 600 centimeters is equal to 6 meters. It appears that when converting smaller units to larger units, repeated subtraction or division seems to work best. When converting a larger unit to a smaller unit, repeated addition or multiplication seems to work best. Let's test our generalization and see if it works. Looking at this table, we are converting inches, a smaller unit, to feet, a larger unit. We decided when converting a smaller unit to a larger unit, we need to divide. We know there are 12 inches in 1 foot. So if we convert 1 inch to feet, that would be 1 divided by 12, or 1/12. 1 inch is 1/12 of a foot. What about 2 inches? If we continue the pattern, we divide 2 inches by 12, which is 2/12 of a foot. What about 3 and 4? 3 would be 3 divided by 12, or 3/12 of a foot, and 4 would be 4/12 of a foot. How about 12 inches and 19 inches? 12 inches divided by 12 equals 1, so 12 inches equals 1 foot. 19 inches divided by 12 equals 1 and 7 left over, so 19 inches equals 1 and 7/12 feet. Using a table and the generalizations about converting measures can be very helpful in many day-to-day tasks. Perhaps you're going to double a recipe or cut it in half. Keeping track of making the measures larger or smaller in the recipe would be helpful if it was organized in a table. Maybe you need to mix punch for a large group. Organizing conversions of the number of tablespoons of drink mix to cups, quarts, or gallons would be helpful in making sure there is enough for everyone. Suppose you needed to cover a football field that is 100 yards long and 160 feet wide in tarp, and the tarp is sold 60 inches wide. Conversions would be helpful so not too much or too little tarp is purchased. Being able to make conversions across units will be a skill your child will use throughout their lifetime. The objective of this lesson was to generalize methods for converting smaller measures to larger ones and larger measures to smaller ones. We met this objective by converting feet to inches and centimeters to meters in real-world situations.